Let's do some MCQs from the research concept, the research paradigm that we had completed in the previous video. We've not done any MCQs, so let's get started. Let's go to UGC Net Paper 1, December 2024 edition by Space Revision. If you want this course, then you can go to Community Courses. You can scroll below and then you'll find this here, UGC Net Paper 1. So let's go here. It's already added to my course, so click here and thus. So let's get started. We've completed teaching aptitude, but I have 10 flashcards that I've not completed. So let's probably do a few more and then we can jump to research aptitude and the MCQs under it. So what are the key terms under memory level of teaching? Factual memory, teacher is a facilitator. Rote memorization, yeah, pretty much that. So show answer, factual knowledge, teacher centered, rote memorization. So perfect. Now in 2.6 months I need to revise this, so by the time the exam comes it'll be in my long-term memory, so that's perfect. Key terms under understanding level of teaching: teacher is a guide, examples, able to differentiate between examples, those are the two main points, and conceptual learning, consolidation, conceptual understanding, teacher as a guide, able to differentiate between examples. Perfect. In the next 3.4 months I have to remember, but because the exam is in 3 months, so I'm gonna do okay for this so that I do one last revision. Key terms under reflective level of teaching, so it's more towards self-learning. So teacher is a guide again, critical thinking is one, testing understanding is third. So I remember about 3 of this: critical thinking, student-centric, discussion and analysis. Alright, so I'm gonna do difficult for this. Original Bloom's taxonomy is divided into affective domain, cognitive domain and psychomotor domain. Cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domain. Again, it's there in my long-term memory, so no need to revise this again. Let's do 3.4 months. By the time the exam comes, it's gonna be perfect. Alright, you can do the rest of the flashcards yourself. Now let's move on to research concept, which we came here for. Maybe a few flashcards for this as well. Hermeneutics, signs and symbols communication. Perfect. Now I have to revise this only in 1.2 months. Rationalism, this is under epistemology, that means deductive reasoning, under logical and deductive reasoning, so perfect, 1.2 months. Empiricism, again it's under epistemology and this is more towards inductive reasoning. You feel it, you sense it, and then gradually you reason for the whole. Sensory observation to the external world. Maybe a bit difficult, so let's do okay. Metaphysics, it is the philosophy of reality, existence and being, and under it comes ontology, nature of reality, existence and being. So maybe okay, let's revise this. Post-positivism was the philosophy after positivism, which relied on facts and scientific methods. But you know that philosophy was refuted as researchers said that even subjectivity is important, such as in social science research. So that was post-positivism. Here we've completed all. Also, a small point that I want to add are these flashcards are personal to me based on how I forget. So for you, these are gonna be different based on how you forget. And that's simply the benefit of using flashcards. So let's do research theories. So I've divided them into 3. These are the notes. If you want the notes, then you can go to community courses, different types of research paradigms. So we've completed the flashcards. Let's go to MCQs. Survey research is based on which of the following? Construction, hermeneutics, interpretivism, and positivism. So survey research is more methodological, it's more gathering facts and figures. So positivism, which deals with facts and figures, seems to fit the best. Perfect. Relies on observable, measurable facts to form knowledge. So I'm gonna do perfect. Which of the following statement best reflects the meaning of characteristics of research? Please select from the codes to give your answer. Okay. Research means challenging the status quo. Yes. Research is an endeavor to collect facts and information. It is an endeavor to collect facts and information. It's more towards review of literature, understanding, but it's so much more than that. Then you put your own analysis into it and then your own thinking. So it's so much more than just collecting facts and information. It could probably be just a part of it. Research is synthesis of deductive and inductive process. This is correct. It is a synthesis of both deductive and inductive process. Research means providing one's assertion and belief. A part of it, yes, if you are doing constructive research or interpretivism research, but it's so much more than just that. Once you assert your own beliefs, your own ideas, you move on towards what's correct. If you only provide your own assertion and belief, then it becomes biased. Research is a careful review of reported studies. Yes, it's review of literature, but it's so much more than that. Research is critical and passionate search for knowledge. Yes. So from this 1, 3 and 6 seems like the correct answer. C. Perfect. Let's do a few different questions. Alright. Which is the main objective of research? To review the literature, to summarize what is already known, to discover new facts. I think D. Easy. Okay, let's do this. The question had come in 6 December, shift to 2023. Which of the following are the characteristics of a good test? Now, this can be slightly confusing because when we study essential characteristics of research. But here, this is of a good test. But the meaning of these terms still remain the same. So let's go one by one and see if it's applicable for a good test or not. First is objectivity. It means whether it's unbiased and impartial, and a test should have both, so A is correct. Next is validity. Is the test measuring what it's meant to measure? So yes, a good test should have that. Third is comprehensiveness. Does the test have all the variables that's required to measure a particular outcome? For example, if you're doing an SPSS regression, you can't have one dependent variable and two independent variable and measure something. That will be completely biased test. So, comprehensiveness is also a characteristics of a good test. D. Diagnosticity. It means whether the test shows strength and weakness. We all have system errors, random errors. So, whether the test is able to capture that or not. Practicability basically means whether it's practical to use the test in terms of resources, time available. So A, B, C, D, E seems like the correct answer. Yes. Perfect. Deconstruction is a popular method of research in basic science, applied science, social science, and literature. It's D, literature. These are some things that you have to know the meaning of, then you will be able to answer. So not much for me to teach here. Again, this had come in 2023, so I'm looking at more latest questions. The process of deduction involves drawing generalizable inferences out of observation. Deduction is from big to small. Drawing generalized, I think A1 is incorrect because drawing generalized from out of this is more induction process. Positivism advocates the application of the method of the natural sciences to the study of social reality. This is correct because that's what post-positivism fought against, that saying that hey, we need subjectivity, and positivism always said that we need science-backed methods. So statement 2 is correct, statement 1 is incorrect because this should be induction instead of deduction. So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. Perfect. How can the objectivity of the research be enhanced? What does objectivity mean? It means that it should be impartial. Through its impartiality, this is what it means. Through its reliability, yes. Reliability basically means that it should be reproducible. Through its validity, that it should be measuring. So any of these seems like the correct answer. Perfect. The research approach of Max Weber to understand how people create meanings in natural settings is identified as, and this is something that you have to read notes to understand. It is interpretive paradigm. So if we go here, I've added it in the notes as well. Where is interpretive? Here, Max Weber pioneered interpretism in sociology and he was quite famous for it. So this is correct. So interpretive paradigm, perfect. An ontological, I think it'll be an ontological position which asserts that social phenomena and their meaning are continually being accomplished by social actors. Social phenomena and their meaning are continually being accomplished by social actors. Objectivism, constructivism, interpretivism, and positivism. Objectivism is basically, I don't think it's related to research paradigm, so let's leave this out. Positivism is more science backed, so let's leave this out as well. We're stuck between constructionism and interpretivism. So constructivism is creating a reality through subjective experience, social, and then accomplished by social actors. Okay, this also seems like the correct answer. Interpretivism is also interpreting the social phenomena through your subjective. So two very similar answers. I feel interpretivism is the correct answer, but it could be constructivism as well. So let's do submit. Okay, I'm incorrect. Interpretivism, while it acknowledges that the social phenomena constructed through it is concerned with understanding the meaning individuals attach to their social world rather than focusing on continual process of constructing social reality. All right, this is why it's incorrect. It's more towards our individual reality in interpretivism, but construction is social realities are constructed through interactions and processes among social, so it's more broader term. So that's why you need to practice because you get it wrong. So I'm just gonna do forget with this one. Identify the threats to internal validity of an investigation. I think by now you know what validity means. History, instrumentation, and maturation. History is basically events that occurred during the course of the study, which might change certain aspects of the study. It does pose a threat. Instrumentation measures the tools that are used to measure the outcome, which changes over time, and maturation is more towards change in participants that occur during the time, and it's usually common during experimentation studies. So all three seems like the correct answer. Perfect. Knowledge is arrived at through the gathering of facts that provide the basis for law. This refers to the principle of, I think it's pretty gathering that provides the gathering of facts. So inductivism, because inductivism means from small to a general law. So perfect. Alright, I'm wrapping up the MCQs for today. You can do this on your own. Which among the following is concerned with the question of whether social scientific findings are applicable to people's everyday natural social setting? Put it in the comment below, the answer, and I'll check it out if it's correct or not, or we'll discuss this question in our WhatsApp group as well. So, for topic wise MCQs as these, flashcards to remember the key terms, and notes, log into spacedivision.com, go to community courses, and get the course. Remember the rule: practice when the exam is not near to beat all competitions.